Hey everyone, this is Shpan, and welcome back to episode 2 of my Let's Play Daggerfall, the Dark Elf Sorceress. In the first episode, we escaped Privateer's Hold, joined the Mages Guild, and started doing some of the Mages Guild quests. At the time, I thought that I had messed something up and couldn't complete one of the quests. Maybe I had the wrong spell or something like that. But some viewers from my first episode let me know that I did actually complete it. All I have to do is go back to the original Mages Guild and hand it in. So that's the first thing we're going to do in this episode today. We'll see if that works. But before we get started, if you like Daggerfall content like this, please do consider supporting me by subscribing to my channel or to my Patreon through the link in the video description below. And with that out of the way, let's get into today's episode. Alright, so I'm feeling good about this now. We got the Fireball in the first episode, and we have the general spell absorption, so I think we're going to have an easier time with this playthrough here. You might notice a little bit more lag in the, what's it called, towns here. I do have a couple mods on now. A lot of the vanilla enhanced mods here, you can probably notice with the way some of these character models look now. And yeah, I can see some general lag, but it's not too bad. It's only in the towns, really. If it gets, too heavy or too annoying, then maybe I'll just swap some parts of vanilla enhanced off. But for now, I think it's okay. I don't think it's this Mages Guild. Let me actually check. So this is the spell, or this is the quest I think I have completed. I'm a patron of the Mages Guild of Chester Wark. I have 43 days to get at the Hearthfield residence. Okay. And return to Trickshfield Buckingsley in the Mages Guild. So I think he is in Chester Wark. Yeah. So let's try heading there. First, we definitely have to rest. We're out of stamina here. So we'll head to a inn real quick, and then we'll head over for Chester Wark. I think if I sprint here, I might pass out. Let's see. It's going to be close. Of course, it's okay to pass out in towns. No big deal. Yeah, you could probably tell from the last episode that the models look a lot cleaner. I'm not going to say better. Everyone has their preferences, and I really love the original art style, but Vanilla Enhanced is so similar, just, yeah, a little more cleaned up on the pixels. And I'll probably just sleep until morning, actually. But yeah, I'm enjoying Vanilla Enhanced. It's a really nice way to sort of keep the original art style while still getting to enjoy some updated and cleaner presented graphics. Alright, so we are all set here. I'll make a new save and let's find the gate here. We'll go north. Yeah, so in today's episode, we're going to continue just trying to, make progress in the Mages Guild. I'm pretty sure if you fail to complete a quest, then you lose some reputation with whichever guild. But I think it's only like 1 point, so I think completing the quest will give you 5 points, and failing to complete one will make you lose 1 point. I could be wrong about that, but I think that's what it was from my last playthrough. Oh, right, I also could... The other quest, actually, had 1 minute... Oh, that's the, Mage's Gold there. Open a chest. Let's see here. Open an old chest, local merchant. Probably trick. I suppose I should return him when it's done. Let's see here. I think I could ask someone about this. Yeah, there she is. This person doesn't want to talk to me, though. Alright, she put it on my map. Okay. Good. I should really do this first before we head out, actually. So let's do this first. Wait a sec. Let me ask one more time. Southeast. Okay, Midbury's best. There we go. That is super far away. Let's start going there. We got stamina now, so we should be okay. But, yeah, that's something else I didn't realize also. You know, I'm so used to, when you talk to people, I'm so used to, for quests, just clicking locations. And then you can click the general thing here. And if you have a quest that's relevant, usually, it would pop up here. So, I'm not used to having to click on the people option, which is what I had to do for this quest. Yeah, so I'm still learning. Only been playing Daggerfall for a few months, actually. I'm not someone that grew up with the game or anything like that. And there's just so much of this game that, you know, you're always learning more. Always figuring out new stuff, which is one of the things I love about it. 2 playthroughs never really feel exactly the same. Especially when you're getting into the role-playing and making your own goals and all that, instead of just doing the main quest. Though I like the main quest too. Maybe someday on this channel we'll do a main quest run. I don't love the main quest, to be honest, but I think it's cool, and I like doing it as a first-time player. That's the first thing I did in Daggerfall, of course, like most people. Yeah, here we are, okay. Let's save outside to make sure there's no bugs or anything. Do I even have this, I think... I don't even know if I have this spell. Oh, it's nighttime now anyway, okay. I don't know if I need to... Let's see here. Create item. Lock. Okay, I do have open. Okay, good. So... let me just pair it there, and we'll keep loitering until the shop opens up here. Alright, let's see. Should be her. The Mages Guild sent you. Very good. I knew my old friend Pererin, Woodsmith, wouldn't let me down. Here's the box. I hope you have some idea of how to open it. I am at my wit's end. Let's see if it actually shows up in the inventory. It does. Cool. So, I don't think I have to do anything with it. I think I just have to bring it back to the Mages Guild. I could be wrong. But while we're here, we'll sell some stuff. Alright. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, first thing we'll do is test just bringing it back to the Mages Guild here. Ooh, if we keep getting quests like this is super easy. We can make some good progress. And speaking of that, I think there is a mod that lets you choose which guild quests you receive. So you can kind of farm up the ones that, you know, don't make you leave town. It really speeds things up. But I like getting the sort of random chance here, because some of them will be tough. They'll send you to dungeons or, you know, something like that. And some will be really easy, just do something in the town or catch an animal in town, something like that. Oh, whoops, we're going the wrong way. But yeah, I kind of like keeping it random. I think you can, you know, you could just in a few hours, if you're just only getting the quest that leaves you in the town, you can, you know, jump like 5 ranks in a few hours. It just feels a little bit too quick for me. And once I get a few reputation with the Mages Guild, I won't worry so much about having to drop quests. I just don't want to drop to the negative reputation, that's all. I think this guy gave me the quest here, maybe? Awesome, okay, so it did work. As you cast open on the chest, the lid springs open and an imp flies out. Happy birthday, Christeria. Woodwing, your old fart. The imp cackles in an unnaturally deep, gravelly voice. Oh man. I have to bring it back to her. Yeah, I should have tried that first. It's so interesting in Daggerfall, you know. This game came out in a time, obviously long before, like, many gaming conventions would exist, and, you know, I would just expect, as someone that grew up, I mean, I grew up in the 90s, so I've definitely played older games, and I like retro games, so I tend to play them a lot anyway. But, you know, Daggerfall is still before my time. I would have just been 4 years old when this game came out, so it would have definitely been before my time, and, I'm not, you know, really used to, still not used to, like, not being able to have the spell ready and click on the item in the interface, but just, you know, I just used the spell in open air here, and it worked on the chest in my inventory. And, you know, it does make sense. It's just like, that's just not how I would expect the, you know, oh, whoops, we're running out of stamina here. That's just not how I would expect it to function, but it does make sense. It's just, yeah. I should have tried that first anyway. Alright, tell Perrin Woodsmith I appreciate him sending you to help, I guess. Of course, if I had known what was inside, I might not have been so eager to open it. You're very welcome. Alright, we're heading back. What a start to this episode. Run to the Mages Guild, run back to the store, then back and back. Alright, we'll stop at the inn just to get some stamina. You know, someone else in the comments section was mentioning to me that the spell I was using was a sleep spell. It does continuous stamina damage and then makes you pass out. And, of course, when you pass out in a dungeon, you just die. So it does make sense when I use that spell, but I'm expecting, you know, because I sort of have like that, still a bit of that modern gamer brain, and not even really modern, but just early 2000s is the type of gaming I grew up with. You know, a lot of PS2 games and games like Diablo 2 and Warcraft 3. But yeah, he was telling me like, you know, that is a sleep spell. But in my mind, I was expecting it to be, you know, like a status effect. Like I put someone to sleep and I see them sleeping and it's a status effect. And to be fair, Daggerfall does have those. Yeah, like spells like paralysis are status effects. They do freeze you in place, and you'll see like you'll see in the corner the little yellow square that lets you know you're paralyzed. So there are status effects, but I was just expecting, for some reason, you know, sleep to be the same way, but it wasn't. I actually like the way it's done in Daggerfall, though. It makes sense. It takes stamina damage, it drains, and then when you have no stamina left, of course, you pass out. Okay, now we can head back to the Mages Guild here. And our first Mages Guild is done. We're on our way, another step closer to summoning our Daedric Prince. And I've never done, actually, a Daedric Prince legendary artifact quest. So that'll be cool once we eventually get there. Of course, we're super far away from that. I'm not sure if you have to be the, if you have to be at the highest rank of the Mages Guild. I don't think you do. I just think the higher your rank, the more discounted it'll be. A robed alchemist bandies about, showing some excess wares to any townspeople in sight. You are identified as a potential customer. Hail Dark Elf, I need to lighten my burden and wish to make a deal. Have you any need of a potion of cure disease? Yours for a mere 200 gold, a fine offer I must say. No, we do not need that. You are ignored as a sales alchemist wanders off in search of clientele. Yeah, we're definitely okay with spells like that because we have restoration magic. And we're built to be a caster, so we're all good on curative spells. Alright, yeah, what did you want? Oh yes, the trick box. I trust it didn't give you any difficulty. A little good publicity for the Mages Guild and all that rot. Jolly good. Cool. So now if we check the affiliations, alright, we're making some progress. We got 5 reputation, we're apprentice of the Mages Guild, and now we can head to the first Mages Guild, like I was originally saying, and hand in the other quest. And that was Chesterwark, I think? Pretty far. Yeah, pretty far, but not too bad. Let's see where the gate is, north here. And we sold everything, so I think we're good. Recently I've been playing a few other retro games like the Advanced Dungeons and Dragons Dark Sun Shattered Lands. It's my first playthrough of that, and I'm really, like, seriously enjoying that game. I'm thinking of making a video on that as well. And if, you know, I might do a few other games. We'll stick to Daggerfall mostly, of course, but yeah, I'm thinking of doing a video on that game. It's been a ton of fun playing that. Which is really unexpected for me. I haven't played any of the older, like, DOSBox D&D games. Obviously, I know Daggerfall originally was, but Unity just feels so different, feels so modernized that just doesn't have that feeling for me anymore. I did play a little bit of Elder Scrolls Arena as well. I got like 10 hours in before I tried Daggerfall, and then I just like Daggerfall too much for me to go back really to Arena. But yeah, I enjoyed that one as well. But yeah, I'm really liking Dark Sun right now. Oh, okay, so we're getting a lot more lag with this mod on for the vanilla enhanced textures. If it stays bad, I might swap those mods off. Let's see. Okay, I think it's getting better now. If it gets too laggy, I'll just pause. And then for the next episode, if I look back and this was all too laggy, we'll just stop using some of those enhanced textures. You failed to avoid an encounter. Should get my spells prepped here. Ooh, we got a nymph. She was surprisingly tanky. Alright, a little gold, nothing too crazy. I almost forgot to save before doing that. I could have fallen through the floor and lost a ton of time. That would have been sad. Yeah. You got the travel options mod. Always remember to save before you start traveling, just in case you fall through the ground. Which has happened a bunch, even in my recordings. If you've seen some of the older episodes of the Pirate Argonian playthrough, you might have noticed you come across something strange. Successfully avoided an encounter, that's good. Yeah, lagging a little bit. Is that a bat on me? Yeah, or something like that. It was a bat. That guy was stuck on my hitbox. I was dragging him or something. Actually, I'll save one more time. Yeah, it's not really... Yeah, okay, it still is lagging a little bit, but it's not bad enough, I don't think. Just trying to keep my eye on my stamina. This build really is going to have low stamina, so... Just don't want to pass out in the wild, of course. We'll have to rest here. Alright, less encounters these days. Feels good. I feel like in my Argonian pirate playthrough, I was just constantly getting encounters on like any time I rested in the wilderness. Yeah, we're freezing here. You spot something out of the ordinary. There's a presence of something unfamiliar. Oh my god, that guy was right in my face. So I use the this mod here that, if you notice, when I'm ready to cast a spell, my two hands come up on the bottom there. But I think actually, you know, you do it, then you cast a spell, then you have to press E again to ready the spell here, and then your hands show up, and then you click, and that's how it works. But I don't remember. I think if someone plays with the vanilla spellcasting, if I ready the spell, does it just automatically cast? Like, is it a one-button cast, or is it still two? Kind of curious. I think I actually have like a memory of it not working the way it works with this mod, and that kind of speeds up your casting in vanilla Daggerfall, and it's a little bit slower for me with this mod on. Definitely not a big enough deal to change it or anything, and I like the way this mod is. I like visually seeing something when I cast spells, but yeah, I am curious. If anyone's still playing with just like the Daggerfall animation, let me know. You failed to avoid an encounter. Because I have seen some videos where people are able to shoot off spells like much faster than I can. And I'm not sure if that's related to this mod or not. Looks like a warrior of some type. Oh, he's shooting arrows. Oh, nice. That's some good stuff. I think I can't use steel. Yeah, I can't use steel. Oh, I can't even carry. My carry weight is so bad. That's alright though. We don't really care too much. Yeah, the orc also, I keep getting a little bit of a bug with the orc encounter with travel options, or I don't know if it's warm ashes, I guess, probably. Yeah, it doesn't actually like stop the travel options interface, so I get kind of stuck there. I could just press the escape button, so it's not a huge deal, but yeah. I think there's one other encounter that happens to me with. Can't remember off the top of my head, though. This is such a difference between my, you know, the difficulty of my Iron Argonian playthrough. Pure martial build is definitely so much weaker than magic casting in Daggerfall. Which is cool. I kind of like that there, you know, is differences. I wouldn't want everything to feel the same. And martial builds are still my favorite. I like having a little bit of magic built in there. Just like something like Alteration or Mysticism maybe, or Restoration, but I'm not a huge fan of like a Spell Slinger with martial build, but as just like little buffs, I do like that. Ooh, we got friendly travelers. That's good. Let's see if we can get some of our skill up here. Nope, no etiquette checks, so we'll just rest. Oh, we got the bear here. Oh, you guys see that airship in the background there? It's flying down. Yeah, I did the airship mod showcase, which is pretty cool if you haven't checked that out yet. But yeah, you'll actually sometimes just see other airships from NPCs flying by. It's really cool. Pretty rare though, and they're moving pretty quick, so you got a short little window to see them. But yeah, pretty cool. You notice something that doesn't belong. You fail to avoid an encounter. Yeah, and please do let me know if the little bit of lag we're seeing in the traveling out in the wilderness, bothers you guys. If it's a little bit too annoying or something, definitely let me know and we'll swap it out for the next episode. It doesn't really bother me too much, but yeah, if it's too bothersome, definitely let me know. Does not matter to me either way if we, have the vanilla enhanced environment textures or not. I definitely don't need it. I love the way the game looks originally anyway, so I just thought I'd, swap it up, see what it looks like, get some, new look going on. Oh, and there it is. We fell to the floor. Oh, I can't remember the last time I saved. Okay, not too bad. We're gonna have to load here. Yeah, let that be a warning for everyone else. Okay, it was before the orcs here. Ooh, we got an elven pauldron this time. Oh, I can't wear elven either, that's right. Which is pretty... Oh no, it's not. I think it's because it's plate. That's what it is. It's not because it's elven, it's because it's plate. I was going to say, it's pretty silly that I made my character forbidden to use elven material when she is an elf. But I did not do that. Okay. Yeah, always remember to save when you're using travel options. We're getting pretty close though now, so we're making good progress. Yeah, it's definitely lagging a bit still. I do have the detail setting all the way to the bottom also. Failed to avoid an encounter here. Let's see what we got. Mummy. Yeah, so I don't think anything in the settings I have to change to stop the lag here, but yeah, you guys will let me know anyway. Yeah, see, the squad of orcs happened there, and my character was kind of like frozen with the interface still on. Wow, that did a ton of damage. It was kind of fun being this squishy, though. I'm also usually not this squishy with my martial builds. We got some good stuff here. Chain boots, do I have that? Yes, I do. I don't think that's better. No, okay. I kind of regret not forbidding mail as well. I think it would have been cool if I made my caster only able to use leather, or even imagine forbidding all three and she just has to use clothing robes, and then... Oh, there's another airship there. Maybe it's not that rare then. Yeah, I kind of regret not just doing like full forbidden on all armors and then just using robes and stuff, and then really being a glass cannon here, I think would have been cool, especially because I'm going Fireball with the spell absorption. And that's, you know, a little bit of a cheesy build, and obviously really strong, because you kind of can't run out of mana. Unless you miss your shots and stuff. But, yeah, I kind of regret that. I think it would have been cooler. Maybe from the 3rd episode on, I'll just, you know, I'll set that restriction on myself. Because I kind of like the idea of it, and I kind of regret not doing it. Alright, we arrived here at Chesterwark. And this gentleman over here is the airship merchant. I don't think we're going to make use of that in this playthrough. I still have it up though because of the mod showcase I did. Alright, let's head over to this Mage's Guild and let's see if in fact we did complete the quest. And then we'll already be 10 reputation into the Mage's Guild. And we'll start picking up some more quests here. It's pretty fun and chill playthrough to do this sort of, you know, rising the ranks of a guild. I haven't done this yet on the channel. I did do this for the Fighters Guild as like a casual playthrough that I didn't record at the time before I was doing YouTube stuff. Yeah, it was really fun. I actually really like, you know, the sort of relaxing vibes. You don't have to sort of struggle to find something yourself like we did with the pirate playthrough, which I kind of like. And sometimes you get really easy quests with this chill, you know, it's really chill. I hear that more golden masterfield dropped into some blind torpescence right on her feet. I do hope she wakes before next new life. As for you, my fine dark elf, you have certainly earned your 186 gold pieces. Yes, so shout out to, I forgot the name of the YouTube commenter that let me know, but thank you very much. I appreciate any kind of help with this type of thing. And yeah, it's good. We already now 2 quests done here. We got 10 rep. I'm not sure how much we need to rise in the ranks. I think someone tells you. Maybe not though. But let's pick up our next mage quest here. One of our more brilliant students is absolutely mad for something called Ghoul's Tongue, which we haven't had much call for before. Would you, if it's not too much of a bother, scurry on over to this particular locale and grab some for us? Absolutely. An excellent attitude, Nephithis. You are looking for Ghoul's Tongue, which can be found in ruins of old Christeria's farm. You have 10 days to bring it back. So this sounds like a dungeon quest to me, which is cool. We haven't had one yet. I'm kind of thinking about if I should buy some more spells here. Maybe we'll make our own version of a spell like that. I'm thinking some kind of buff spell, like buff fortitude could be good for me. Let's see what this one has. The parameters here is 5 rounds of duration plus 1 per level. I think one round's about 6 seconds I've read, so that'd be like 30 plus, I think we're only like level 3 or so. Plus another 18, it's like 48 seconds. That's really not that long for a buff like this. Chance is pretty low too. Yeah, I don't think that's really worth it this early on. I'll have to come back to that. Hand of Sleep. Some mysticism spells like Dispel Undead. Ice Bolt, that could be cool. I think this won't have a... Oh, it does say... No, I don't think it'll have a AoE element, so we won't be able to absorb any magic afterwards. Let's look at this one, Ice Storm. I might just grab a few to play around with anyway. Even if it's not optimal, of course, it's just fun to play around with all the different spells in Daggerfall. Continuous damage on Magical Leech. That's pretty cool. Don't think I want that. Medusa's Gaze, this is a paralyzed spell, yeah. I was looking at this spell for the spellmaking guide video I did. Pretty interesting how you can make a much more efficient version of this by just copying the exact concept and just moving the duration up to 2, since in general you don't really have to care too much about duration with paralysis, because, you know, if an enemy is paralyzed for 30 seconds or 20 seconds, doesn't really matter, they're dead either way, right? Let's see here. Yeah, I think all the fortify attributes I'm going to wait on. And I don't think paralysis will be useful for me. I think I'm going to make a video, though, making a little, like, build video. I have a Nightblade idea, which makes use of paralysis. We got spell absorption as a general advantage here. Tame is pacify animal. That's pretty cool. I got to keep this in mind for my druid playthrough. I love the idea of comprehend languages also. Would help me with my necromancy, actually. How long does this last? Not long, really. Yeah, it doesn't last that long. Maybe we could make our own version that's better. The chance is pretty low, too. I'm going to go to the Spellmaker real quick. Is that... No, that's not him. Let's go to the Spell Trainer and see if we can't make our own better version of Comprehend Languages. Okay, here she is. I want to just check the price again over here. So it costs us... It's $215. Okay, so I think we could do better than that. Although it was a 1-by-1 thing on the round, so maybe we can't make one too much more efficient than that. But let's see. Comprehend languages here. So I think it was 20 plus 1 per level. 187. So even just making it per 1 per 2 levels, of course, but the duration, it really doesn't matter too much what the duration is, because we're going to pop it and try to immediately pacify the skeletons. So I think even this is already better, though. I think I can make it have better scaling and lower base chance. This would scale so much better, of course. And it's a similar cast, so I think we're going to do this. That way it scales really well. Already right now we have like a 40% chance, and we don't really care too much about the duration. Going higher on this, yeah, it doesn't affect the spell cost. It's just 1 or 2 per level. So we'll have a worse duration, which we don't care about. And, you know, we get the lower cost, which is good. So yeah, I think we'll do this. We'll just call that languages, and we'll choose a different icon here. This looks cool. Oh, I don't have enough gold. No. How much does it cost? 1,000? Oh, we're so close. Okay. Not enough gold. We'll come back. We are really low on gold in general, so having a quest like this that sends us to a dungeon is really good right now. Let's rest at the inn, though. Get our stamina up. Oh, actually, I have a lot of stuff to sell right now. We'll do that, actually, first. Yeah, we got a ton of stuff here. Nice. I could already buy that spell now, go back and make the languages spell, but... Actually... Like, I didn't realize it'd be so expensive. I don't know if it's really worth that much. I wouldn't use it too much, but I do like the idea. You know, actually, I will grab it. Let's go make that spell really quickly again. Yeah. And, you know, the thing is, like, the version that this seller has for the tongues spell here, you know, this cost $215, so it doesn't even cost that much less, and it has way worse scaling. Like, of course, there's a better flat chance, which is better for early levels, of course, and the duration is slightly better, but I don't care about the duration. because I'm just going to immediately pop it and then I get 3 attempts to pacify the enemy. So it doesn't need to last that long. But by making it 10 per 1 level like we were doing, it's going to scale, like it'll always be useful for me. And it's basically the same cost. So yeah, it's so much better to, for me to do this right now, just to have one that scales really well. So we'll go back to 1 per 2 levels. We'll have a flat chance of 10 because we don't care too much about the flat chance, and we'll do 10 per level. This is already better than the spell at the merchant. It's slightly more expensive, but of course it's going to actually scale and be useful for a long time, which is what we want. Alright, let's name it. I might as well actually also name it Tongues. I like the name of that there, and I'm not going to buy the Spell Merchant's version ever. So that's good. Now every time I see undead, I'll pop that and see if we have a better chance of pacifying some enemies. And we have our next quest, so we'll head on over to the dungeon. Save real quick. Oh, actually, we do need to get the stamina up. I'm so not used to having a character that runs out of stamina this quickly. Like, I just kind of reflexively sprint everywhere in town, and I'm like 1% all the time. Alright, let's rest again. And actually, I'll just rest until it's not dark anymore. And we should be good to head out now. I'm not actually sure if this is a full dungeon or just like a tiny crypt that we're going to be heading to. Ooh, look at this fog. Daggerfall still just has some of the best, like, atmosphere in any of these Elder Scrolls games, in my opinion. I do like them all. I'm a huge fan of Skyrim as well. I have a lot of hours in Skyrim, but, yeah, Daggerfall's atmosphere is just so good. Okay, so where exactly are we headed here? I found a note claiming that... Okay, not that. Ruins of Christeria's farm. Oh, cool. Yeah, that convenient quest log mod also lets you do this, where you just kind of automatically... Oh, that's kind of... That's kind of far. I think we have everything we need. Oh, whoops. Yeah, always make sure you're outside the city gates before you fast travel so you don't get stuck in a building or something like that. But, yeah, I think we should be okay here. With this type of build, I really don't have to play as cautiously as I did with the Argonian Pirate playthrough. Just much stronger with this character, so... Of course, you know, I'm pretty glass cannon-y, so it's, you know, I still have to be a little bit careful, of course, but... I have Cure Disease, Cure Poison, that's good, and Heal Health. So I think we're all set on that stuff. And then I also have Recall. I keep forgetting. Okay, good. Yeah, let's pop that real quick here. Awesome. Yeah. We'll put our anchor here so that we can teleport back when we need to. Man, the joys of being a mage in Daggerfall. There are potions that do that too, actually, which is pretty cool. Okay, let's head out. Almost forgot to save again. Now we're good. Yeah, I do love, though, how Daggerfall, like, one of the things, must be orcs, right? Yeah, I knew it was orc because it was bugged out. Whoops. One of the things about, Daggerfall is, I really like how you are able to use pretty much every single spell effect in the game because they're so, like, strong and have them in potion form. So a purely martial build still gets access to all the really convenient and really strong magical effects in this game, which I thought was a genius design, honestly. Because magic is just way too strong in this game. If you had martial builds that don't have access to it, like, as a casual or challenge playthrough, of course, that's totally fine, but Yeah, I think for most players it would be pretty sad. And it makes things like, you know, focusing on potion making or potion buying, which a lot of the temples, if you join the temples, you can get up in the ranks and then you have a lot of potion stuff available to you. So that makes them more, you know, more value to them as well, and something new and unique that the Mages Guild, these Fighter Guild, don't really offer. I want to let these guys handle the Nymph here if they can, hopefully. Okay, good. We'll take that. But yeah, I actually haven't really experimented with the temple guilds too often. I just had a mod I made like 2 days ago, a mod showcase video. I didn't make the mod, I made the mod showcase. That covered some temple overhauls, and it made me realize that I really have not spent much time in Daggerfall's temples. So I think a future playthrough, even like a Breton Druid I might consider that for or something. Or one we could go like more of a traditional cleric and really commit to the like temple or god worshipping role-playing element there, which is cool. But of course, for my next playthrough, if this character dies, or if we finish the playthrough, I'll do another poll and let you guys decide between a couple options. I thought that was a fun way to do it. Ooh, we got some soldiers here. They might fight whatever comes, but looks like it's just a rat anyway. Not gonna stick around for that. Another encounter. What do we got? Another rat. Oh, I keep forgetting I have my teleport spell on. Ooh, I pacified an orc sergeant. That's crazy. Let's see if he wants to follow me. No, okay, unfortunate. That's pretty cool though. Pacified him. I could probably rest by him now. Is that right? Yeah, I guess I can. He'll still stick around, yeah. Would have been cool if he joined me, but that's okay. Another encounter here. We got a werewolf. 2 of them. Yeah, I don't think I want to risk that. We got cure disease, so it's not a big deal, but yeah, we'll just keep moving. I'm still only level 3. I really should have had more willpower also, just to help level up some of these mysticism and, you know, destruction skills like that, but that's okay. Of course, I know that, you know, having all these as your primary skills is definitely not optimal for leveling up, but that's okay. I actually kind of don't want to level up too quickly in this playthrough. Yeah, I built my Argonian skills to level up really quickly, and he was like level, I don't know, 10 or 11 by the time I was getting to Scourge Borrow, and yeah, that a lich just like destroyed me when I headed over there. If I was level like, I don't know, 6 or 7 still, maybe that wouldn't have spawned. But you know, Scourge Borrow, maybe it always spawns, I don't know. Because I wasn't going there in relation to the main quest, where you usually get invited by the King of Worms. And so I don't think they're hostile in the main throne room, but yeah, I was going there for the treasure hunt quest mod. And so yeah, they were all like hostile to me. I'm not sure. They could have also just spawned because I was a high level, of course. Not exactly sure, but yeah. Leveling slowly though for this character will hopefully, you know, keep some of those higher levels from spawning too quickly in the run. I got a bat stuck on me again. Okay, fell off. And we're running out of stamina here, so we'll rest soon. I guess Spriggans never have any loot, huh? Must be... Oh, no, okay. Just a little lag there. Yeah, sometimes I'm getting that lag. You spot something out of the ordinary. Ooh, what's this? Looks like... some kind of... I don't even know. Maybe carts or wagons here? That broke down. Oh, they're catapults or something like that, yeah. That's kind of cool. Maybe an old battle was fought here, or maybe recently even. Yeah, it must be recently. We got blood and weapons. Yeah, this is cool. That's something I kind of wish happened more often with these Invent Encounter Wilderness mods. Of course, they're already super impressive, and I'm sure they, you know, I'm no modder. It takes a ton of work to do this type of thing. I always have a huge appreciation for mod authors, but something I do wish we had was sort of more of this environmental storytelling and, you know, events like this where something clearly happened and there doesn't have to be enemies here or even allies, but just sort of a scene to look at that you come across and just sort of brings more life into the Daggerfall world. I mean, clearly there's some of those, right? We're seeing that here. But yeah, there's not too much that you pass through in any of the encounter mods I've tried. It's not just Warm Ashes or travel options or anything. But yeah, it's cool to see when you do see them. There's an unfamiliar sight before you. Hostile group of foes. Oh, wow. They're right on top of me. We're running. I'm so slow. Actually, okay, let me fight these. Maybe they were here to loot some of these dead soldiers here. But yeah, I think more of this type of thing would be cool. Man, not having any, you know, weight to carry here is not easy. I'm pretty low on stamina again, though. I think we'll have to do a short rest. Okay, that's good. I do wonder if it would even be possible to have, like, these wilderness encounters even create, like, tiny, like, arenas where we already have a group fighting. Like, I know there are other mods that do that, like the banditry mod that I showcased. Wow, look how bad this lag is here. You failed to avoid an encounter. Just a bear here, no problem. There's already that banditry mod that creates, like, bandit raids on farmsteads, which is really, really cool. And of course, you can pass a farmstead when you're traveling through the wilderness, so you can have those happen organically, of course. But yeah, I wonder if that could be applied to just these sort of normal travel options encounters. I think that'd be really cool. Ritual of Necromancers. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm gonna back up and try and dodge this. I think that's the first time I've ever run into Necromancers out in the wild like that. That's pretty cool. But yeah, having like some kind of small skirmish between like two factions that the game, you know, the game does track which like factions are hostile with each other or at least have issues. And you'll sometimes see, you know, like town signs will mention that or reference that. Could you imagine how cool it would be to have event encounters keep that in mind and then you have a chance to run into skirmishes when you get close to their territories or something. I mean, the potential for stuff like that could be so cool. But yeah, of course, that's all, you know, for all I know, that's just not even at all approachable from a modding standpoint. So, yeah, but just something I was thinking about. You know, I really never get old of these tribe of giants. Oh my god, I'm getting attacked by everyone right now. I wonder if this is actually hidden the bat. Okay, yeah, it is. Yeah, I think the AoE animate, you know, the hitbox or the visual hitbox is a lot smaller than the actual hitbox, so that's pretty good. Troll's Blood. Oh, we got another one. And I think we'll have to rest again. Another bat, huh? Alright, I think we're good now. Yeah, look how, like, so it even freezes. Okay. Yeah, you can see it happen there too. Like, the travel options interface doesn't go away sometimes when I have these encounters here. Definitely not a big deal, but if you're not paying attention, you know, the game is still moving, of course, and then you can, what's it called? Have like an enemy attack you if you're not paying attention, but definitely not too big a deal though. A traveler crests the hill ahead. Okay, cool. We got some soldiers here. Any news? I never understood why Isle, Belferia, and the Knights of the Wheel were feuding. Well, at least that's over now. Yeah, see, so this is a cool example of what I'm talking about. Could you imagine, like, the mod is tracking which factions are feuding, and then if you are crossing in their territory, there's a chance to see skirmishes between them, or, you know, even maybe join them, and then do your own skirmishes against other groups, or raid other groups. Like, stuff like that could be really, really cool. Of course, that sounds like a ton of work, of course, but just like conceptually, I think that'd be super cool. Because right now, the factions that do feud in Daggerfall, there's not too much like relevance to the player at the moment, as far as I know. I don't know of any mod that... Wow, look at this like freezing that happens with the travel options here. I think we'll definitely have to take off the vanilla enhanced for like environmental textures. I think we can keep them on for NPCs and you know, a few other things I can see, but I think for this like environment stuff, I'm gonna have to take it off. Unless I can figure out another way to not make it lag like this, but yeah, it's just a little bit too distracting, I think, for you guys watching and stuff. You see a silhouette against the fading light. More soldiers. But yeah, I just think like at the moment, factions feuding just is not relevant enough to the player. It doesn't really do anything. Let's see any news. I heard that the apothecaries of Akatosh and the royal guards have patched up their differences. Yeah, another example, of course. Like, there's always different factions feuding, and there's so many different factions that there's just so much of an opportunity to make use of that. You know, maybe you show up in a town, and there's a skirmish happening, like someone is sieging a town even. That could be cool. For all I know, there actually is a mod that does this stuff. If there is, and you guys know about it, definitely let me know. I do know there is a mod that lets like some enemies siege towns, but I really mean like ones that are focused on the in-world factions. Oh, whoa, who is this? Oh my god. Come forth, my minions of the damned. What is this? Can't pacify this enemy? Oh my god. Holy crap. I just got like a group of, I don't know, cultists or necromancers. This this build is so much fun though. Just chucking out these fireballs really never gets old. I have never seen that encounter either. That was really sick. Silver War Axe, okay. Man, I really gotta... I might even pump strength just for this. or endurance. I'm actually not sure which one is better to pump for. Getting max capacity up. I'm sure I looked at it in the past, I just kind of forgot. Yeah, I can't even pick this up. It's crazy. Yeah, can't even pick that up. I kind of feel bad that I'm making you guys watch like how slowly I have to menu all this to loot. That was a very cool encounter though. I kind of love traveling at night for that reason. Did I loot this one? I'm not sure. I think there's 4 here. I don't know if I looted all 4. No, I did not. Okay. Yeah, I'm very tempted from the next episode to put the restriction on the armor. I mean, this build is already strong enough. I don't think it needs, you know, any armor really. I just think it should kind of be balanced in that way. Maybe I think I'd have more fun if it was like that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that from next episode. I'll let everyone know in the beginning of that episode that we're changing some of the rules a little bit, placing a few more restrictions because it's actually been a long time since I did a like fireball chucking build like this, and in general I don't really do too many magic builds. I do some, usually hybrids, but I'm definitely more a martial build guy, so I'm not too used to it. I forgot just how strong this is. I mean, you melt like everyone. And I think it'd be cooler if I was just more vulnerable while chucking, so I think that's what we're going to do. And I'll just use like robes and clothing from the 3rd episode on. We're definitely running out of stamina here, so I might need to rest real quick. I really love Daggerfall at night, though. The atmosphere and the vibe at night never gets old for me. Looks like we got a bat here. I think it's just the one bat. Alright, we're here at morning. We must be getting close by now. You notice something that doesn't belong. You failed to avoid an encounter. What do we got here? Yeah, it's kind of expensive to get a horse early on. And I'm not doing any cheese in this playthrough. No, oh, I'm lagging again. Frozen a little bit. And there was an enemy nearby. This is scary. Yeah, this enhanced textures definitely has to be taken off, at least for the environments. Someone stands motionless, observing their surroundings. Another guard here. Yeah, so I'm sorry about that, guys. That are, anyone that's getting a little annoyed at looking at all the frozen environments here. I'll make sure to turn this off for the next playthrough. I mean, next episode. Like technical things like that don't really bother me too much. You fail to avoid an encounter. I know a lot of other people don't like looking at that, so. I hope I can keep it on for the NPC models and stuff like that. I think they look pretty good. So hopefully I can just turn it off for the environments and that'll be okay. The mod actually has like, I can't even remember, there's a couple other, arrive at your destination, awesome. Okay, cool, this is a proper dungeon. It's not just a, like crypt or a graveyard. I thought it might have been that, but no, this is like a proper dungeon to me. Awesome, we are here. And this is another really cool thing about the like guild quests. I just love how there's so much variety. You know, sometimes you have to do something in the town. Sometimes you have to travel all the way to some obscure dungeon and look for an item. Sometimes you'll do something silly like we did with the sleep spell, waking that patron up. So there's some cool stuff with that. All right, let's rest outside the dungeon actually. So we're all ready to go. We'll save one more time. And then we'll head in. And I think we'll end today's episode here. We made some really good progress today. We completed 2 quests for the Mages Guild and arrived at the dungeon for the next quest. I think we only need to finish 2 more quests maybe to jump up to the next rank in the Mages Guild. And then we'll have a few more services that should be available to us. I think we might get access to purchasing magical items, which would be really awesome. We can look for some like stat buff enchanted items, which is what I always like to look for when I reach that rank, but it might actually be a rank higher. Can't actually remember off the top of my head here, but yeah, that'll do it for this episode. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate everyone that tunes into my videos, and I hope I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.